North has won the sectional championship. And the fans come spilling out onto the hardwood. 48-39, and the regional championship has been claimed by the top-ranked North Cougars as Tom McKinney, maroon and gold, will move on to Evansville this coming Saturday, as Bloomington will send an entry to Indianapolis for the first time in 37 years. The Cougars have won the state championship, bringing home the state championship for the first time in 78 years, closing out 28-1 with a 19-game winning streak. What a season!
This team, it's one love, one heartbeat. We do everything together. We play ball, we show each other's houses, whatever. It's just one love, you know. Never forget that.
Well, if you look up team in the dictionary, you probably see us there, you know. That's what we are. Everybody just loves each other, you know. From the coaches to the managers to everybody, we get along. There's no beefs on the team.
We realized our goal, and that the way we achieved it was by being a team on the court and off the court. And by that I mean we were just the best of friends.
Just the whole season has been like a dream for me, you know. It's just been a great opportunity for me to play with a bunch of people great group of guys that I really enjoy being with. And I really enjoy all the, I mean, it's really stupid, but I guess the hotel rooms and whatnot. I mean, it's fun just to be in there and just be with them and not have to be on the basketball court.
Is this a dream? You know, I'm actually standing up here getting a state championship trophy, you know. It was I could have done without losing the teeth, though.
I don't think it'll sink in until my kids are in high school and I realize how important it is to them, too.
I think I'll remember the team a lot, and how in 8th grade when we all kind of became friends, the senior guys all said they'd win state their senior year, and everyone kind of laughed, and just kind of proves that if you work towards your goals, you can succeed. And I enjoyed being able to share it with them.
I hope I never forget the friendships that I've acquired through this experience. All these players and coaches mean so much to me. They really have been my family through the last 3 or 4 years, and I'll never forget them.
To me, the most important thing is that the whole time I was with my boys having fun. You know, we were doing what we like to do, playing ball. They dedicated themselves this year to win the whole thing, and we talked in there. We even had a sign in our locker room about winning the state championship, not the sectional, not the regional. I mean, winning the whole thing. So, you know, I want to thank them because they stayed pretty well focused the whole year on let's win it all. And you know, they gave up an awful lot to get there, and we demanded a lot.
A terrifically unselfish team, a team which understood roles, a team which, to me, beyond the team aspect, each individual kid was a competitor, was a kid that was going to be tough to beat by the opponent, was a kid that was going to be resilient, was a kid that was not going to falter when the big moment came, a kid that was going to step up and make the shot or get the big rebound or deflect the pass. I mean, Ryan Reed getting that little finger on a pass on the perimeter against Vincennes, discombobulating the kid just enough that the ball goes out of bounds so North gets a position at the end instead of Vincennes going for the last shot. It's just amazing how many times those kids just did what it took to win basketball games.
This was a big thrill, probably the biggest thrill I've ever had in broadcasting, the opportunity, the way things came together. You know, you talk about, I don't know, was it storybook? No, it was workmanlike. That's what I've always said about this ball club, because they did exactly what they had to do, night in and night out, week in, week out, to win basketball games.
I think it's just now sinking in exactly what we accomplished. And there are people around the state in the history, 80-some years of the tournament, who got close but never quite broke through and never won the state championship. So it's very special, and I'm sure that with each passing year it'll become more special. And I think that when we think about it and about each other, the players, the coaches, and the support staff, there'll be nothing but good memories because we all understood what we were after, and we were close, we cared about each other, and the results, again, the results exceeded anything that anyone could imagine. Even though you see the trophy up there year after year being awarded to somebody, you think, okay, well, they won it this year, and you might think, we don't belong with them, or gosh, wouldn't that be nice someday? But to actually do it is a feeling that I'm not sure I'll be able to really understand and appreciate for a few more years.
It brought together Bloomington North from the first students that ever went here in the fall of '72 right on up to the present time. There were so many people who had been a part of Bloomington North basketball over the years who certainly got excited about this team, and they had well reason to be excited about them because this was an excellent team, one of the finest teams I'd ever seen play high school basketball. And I think what it really was, it was a team. You could go through every game and see a different player, several different players that would just, without their effort, victory wouldn't have been there. And from my perspective, I guess I just remember that part, that they were such a team, a fine group of individuals, some fine athletes, but they came together and played as a team.
Hitting the free throw, Wysang. Mario has just been, well, perfect. He is 9 of 9, his first point. Here's another guy that he gets on a streak. Watch out. He got them both. He turned that Anderson nearly.
We had a real tough sectional draw because we had to play 3 games in 4 school nights. And that was the toughest part of the tournament for us, physically demanding. We opened up with Edgewood and we beat them by 17 points, but I think at the end of the third quarter it was a 4-point lead. They had a veteran team. They controlled the ball pretty well, but we finally broke away from them. I know Nick Fleming had a big night of 25 points, and we simply couldn't stop him. And then 2 nights later, we played Brown County, who had their best team they've had in the last 15 years. And about the middle of the third quarter, their best guard got in foul trouble, and he had to leave the game, Drake Roberts, for about 3 minutes. And in that 3-minute span, we were leading by 5, and all of a sudden it's 18. When he comes back in, the game's over. And then the final game was on a Friday night, 1 night's rest. We had played the second game against Brown County the night before, so it was very difficult to play South.
That was probably the last game until the state Final Four that I was I had a lot of butterflies. In the South game, I had butterflies real bad. Before it, the whole sectional tournament, I was just settled down with butterflies and real nervous and just felt woozy. And once I got into the game, they went away.
Well, in sectionals, I struggled a lot, with my shooting and foul trouble, and I was afraid that that I'd hurt the team, lose the game. But coaching and other players, they brought me back down and told them that they needed me.
I was more trying to push everybody else, and pushing everybody else made me push myself before, and I really wasn't ready to go. But I thought, hey, this is my last year, I got all summer to recover.
27-23, 6:52 to play in the ball game. McKinney into Conte. Back out it goes. Debro from the wing. No good. Fight for the rebound. McKinney, and down he goes to the heap. And a foul. The ball game was 9 at 22-13 back in the second quarter. Here we go inside with it. Oh, what a move by Ryan Reed. He missed the shot. Fight for the rebound, and a rebound foul, and going to be on Conte. Championship game in the fourth quarter. Wysang, Conte sends the ball with it over to Quest Duaney. He went out at the 3:14 mark of the third quarter, trying to go baseline, shut off. Great defense by Majinski. Yields it over to sends the ball. Over and back. Left baseline shut off by Conte and Duaney. There's Byers. Blocked beautifully by Duaney. Back, Mike Dunham. Jump ball possession, arrow to south. Mario let that ball slip through his fingertips. Duaney inside. Oh, what a pass. And Ryan Reed slips and falls down. But see. Holmes, 4:57 to play. In three-point range, stops and pops. Is a two. He got it! Holmes with a two ties the ball game. We're tying for the first time since 3. And Paul McKinney wants to time out. And it's running that offense against that Panther man-to-man. Down to 3:57. They want to get that stolen away by DiStefano. Here comes Brad and stolen back. No. Last touch goal by Weissang. What a steal by DiStefano. Final game where Holmes came up big to bury the Cougars. A shot by Jonathan. A three-pointer for Holmes. And the Southsiders lead for the first time tonight, 30-27. Holmes has 17. He's going crazy in the fourth. And the Cougars trail. And now they are reeling.
That was the most excited that I've been through the tournament, I think, as far as just, jubilation, whatever. It was a tough game, that we both really good defensively, and I think they took the lead one time, 30-27, and we didn't quit. We just came back and plugged it.
Final 2:38. Michael inbounds it. Stively lost it. Stolen away. Stively just went right through his hand and stolen away. Here come the Cougars now. They can tie with a 2 and take the lead with a tray. Weissang with the basketball, and the Panthers go to a little zone now, a little matchup again. Myers is guarding Duane. Nope, they're back into a man-to-man. 2:18 to play. Duane wants it, posting low, put up a shot, got it. West Duane has scored the last 3, and we're tied at 30. With 2:10 to play.
He wasn't scared because he expected to win every game, but I'm not going to lie, I didn't play a whole lot, but these guys had me scared during South because South would not be a good way to go out.
I think we were a better team. They did play us well, and we had a 32-32 ball game, and then we go into overtime.
Try to go, Shively spins, fires, and got it! With 2 seconds to play, and we'll go to overtime.
The team would get down, and in that particular game, they came back and scored 5 straight points. Duane ties it up, hits a free throw, and they made plays when plays needed to be made.
And the tip's controlled by the maroon and gold. With it is Weissang, sends the ball up 3, got it! Jeremy sends the ball, opening up the overtime with his second tray, and immediately the Cougars respond and lead it 35-32.
When I hit that shot, I felt like, I think we're all right. We hadn't been making a lot of shots through the game, and it was pretty tough to come by points and whatever, but we hit that shot, and I felt like, we're going to be all right. And especially when we came down and John banked a three-pointer, and I was like, we're going to, maybe, wow, okay. But yeah,
he banked it in! Tied at 37 with 2:06 to play.
I remember Jabril Conte hits 8 out of 8 free throws in the overtime. They decided to maybe even foul him on purpose because they hadn't shot him so well.
And everybody not expecting me to hit the free throws at the end of the game, because everybody thinks I'm a real bad free throw shooter, which is not true. And I came in and I think I hit 6 for 6 or 8 for 8.
Here he hit the iron and fell in. He hasn't missed.
And then all of a sudden in the overtime we were very relaxed. And kind of the game
the ball. Ball overhead, down to a minute 6. Down to a minute 3. They clear it over to Conte in three-point range. There's Sims ball in the low post. Spins, fires to the left hand. Got it! Has to count. Nice pass by Conte inside to Jeremy Sensabaugh, and the senior southpaw delivers it. They're 9 of 9 in the air. He got another one. And the Cougars getting ready to explode out onto the hardwood. They're on their way to Terre Haute. 48-39 with 6 seconds to play. They do it with a 16-point overtime period. Down the 3. Devereaux just looks. He'll fire a 3. He'll miss. That's the ball game. And North has won the sectional championship.
In fact, I was facing this way, and I think Seth got the ball. And when he shot it, I started to run the other way. And I turned around and I saw Jabril, and then all of a sudden people mobbed him, and then about 2 seconds later they were all on me, and it was just great. It was real hot, but I didn't even care.
And the fans came down after the South game, and all the fans putting us up in their arms and whatnot. It was just great. That's something I'll always remember. I think about it every day.
Because the fans made it that much better. You know, fans coming out running, hugging, and all that. You know, that just made it that much better.
With all the expression of emotion and all the emotional release that happened at all of the tournament games, none were more dramatic than that. When the North kids poured out of the stands, and the celebration which ensued was really, it kind of got everybody swept up in it. And it was very emotional for them, you could tell.
Was just winning that sectional was such an emotional thing for us, and the way in which we did it, by beating 3 teams that we had already played during the season and had already defeated during the season, makes it far more difficult. It's much tougher to beat a team a second time than it is a first time. It's also, there are also teams that are close to here, and so they had seen us play and they had scouted us and they knew our strengths, our weaknesses, and they were prepared to exploit whatever they could in order to defeat us. And so they all came out and they played very well against us, and especially South, which obviously to win the title game against South in an overtime game, I don't know that it can get more emotional than that for our kids.
So the most difficult thing to do every year has been to push players and get them to push themselves, so that when they're tired, they don't allow themselves to feel tired and keep pushing themselves through it. And this is one of the few teams where, and certainly it's the only team we've had that had this many players who would refuse to feel tired, who would push themselves as hard as we would want to push them. And that was the secret to this team. This was a team that had a lot of talent. A lot of people think this was a team with not very much talent that got a lot of its players. That's not true. We had 7 players that could flat out play, maybe more than that. We had players on the reserve team that would be starting for many teams varsity in the state. We had players. But the difference between this team and a lot of other teams was there was no one who was selfish, who wanted to be the star, who wanted to be taking all the shots, getting all the attention. We had players who wanted to be role players and who wanted to push themselves defensively and offensively to do the right things. A very disciplined team.
I've never seen a team like this where you don't have a bona fide superstar, where you have so many go-to guys, where I would feel confident, as I'm sure many of us, Coach McKinney, or might even feel in the clutch, that he could go to any one of 6 or 7 guys in the clutch to make the big play, to make the big shot, and know that the job's going to get done and that we're going to win the game. And I think that's something extremely unusual, because these guys pull together so well that you know the job's going to get done when you have whatever 5 guys you have on the floor, that something good is going to happen, something special, something positive for your team. And we proved it all year with different people stepping up at different times in the game to step up and make the big shot, to make the big play. Whether it's Jabril making free throws in the sectional, whether it's Seth stepping off the bench to fill an important role for us and score some big baskets, whether it's Mario making important 3-pointers or making scoring happen. David steps up, to make some big 3-pointers.
I don't know if you ever really know during the season how far you can really go. Everybody says you gotta not only be talented and work hard, but you have to be a little bit lucky. And I think we got some breaks, but I think our team worked really hard and worked together and everything, and that helps to get the breaks.
I think that they say all the way through the tournament that you have to have a little luck along through, and I think we got a little bit of that, but I think that we're just really poised and we know what we can do. And in the first half of the Terre Haute game, that was pretty much a home floor for them. I mean, they played like 8 games or something there, and we hadn't, and it was the first big gym we played in, so it was hard to get the...
They hit everything.
Yeah, and they hit everything. They were shooting from 30 feet and whatever, and we didn't hit anything. So, I mean, we were only down 8 at half, and it didn't really bother me, because I knew, we'll hit some shots and, whatever, just poised, and we came back and did it.
Played at Terre Haute South, and they were an awfully good team. They got a 14-point lead on us, actually early in the 3rd quarter, and then we started chipping away at that lead. They did not hit as well from out. They made a decision, rather than to try to handle the ball and kind of eat up a little clock, to go ahead and play. And
yeah, Terre Haute South had us down. We never panicked that game, though. We knew we was going to win.
Into the 3rd quarter against Terre Haute, We had closed it to 7 points, and I thought at that point that we would win the game, even though we were 7 down, and we end up winning the game going away. We beat them by 10 points. And had we had another quarter, it might have gotten an awful lot worse. We physically handled them, and they hit a point they just could not do anything, And then again, we hit some key free throws, and we go to the night game against Duggar. They were probably the best single A, I guess, as we go into class basketball. Probably the best single A team in the state. But they just had 5 players. They led us at halftime, 22-19. Again, I thought we would win the game. I simply said to the players, we will wear them out. I'm not sure when. It may go down the last 3 minutes.
The regional, I remember Mario, he just took over against Duggar. I mean, I won't say that about too many people, but Mario did, and I was proud of him. And Jabril and Queth was struggling a lot, and he came in and got a dunk, and I was proud of him. And Jabril, he did real good on the defensive end, and it was a real good team effort in those 2 games up in Terre Haute.
Brody Boyd, he's got a man to beat, lays it over to Golish, and blocked beautifully out of bounds. What a block by Jabril Conte. My golly, up a mile, and the Cougar fans up to their feet. The timeline sends the ball to McKinney. Over to Queth, low posting. Jabril's got a lane, up off the glass, got it. Jabril Conte right around, posting low where he needs to play. And at the crowd, a lot of Bloomington people came out. Brody Boyd at 3, got it. Brody Boyd has scored 2 field goals. They're both 3-pointers, and it's 10-6. Duggar leads it. Edmund still has it. Looks for Reed, cannot do so. Clear it out now to Jeremy Sensabaugh. A 3 on the way, straight out. Got it. Jeremy Sensabaugh, a 3-pointer. And that digs into the 16-8 lead, make it 16-11 now. North still trails by 5. Chambers feeling it, putting up another shot, getting it. He's hit 3 field goals in a row, and it's 18-11. Ball stripped away by Weissang. Here comes Mario the other way, up to Ryan Reed, off the glass, got it. Nice look pass down court by Weissang to Ryan Reed. He's got 4 points. Chambers fires a 3, no, and clearing it out of there is Matt Reed. Matt leaves the ball, presents the ball, and Jeremy across the timeline over to Weissang. Mario in 3-point range, down the paint he goes, leaves it over to McKinney. Back inside, Matt Reed. Oh, what a scoop shot up and in. Matt Reed with a nice move, his first 2. West Duaney and Jabril still on the bench. McKinney feeds into Matt Reed, then fires and hits. Matt Reed with 2 in a row. To play in the half court with baseline shot put up, blocked beautifully by Queth Duaney. Here comes Queth over now to inside Chambers, shot blocked by Conte, rebounded back up and out, no good, and cleared out of there by Queth Duaney. Way down, in and out. 2 great defensive plays that time by the Cougars. Sensabaugh, a 3, got it! Jeremy Sensabaugh's 3. And that gives the Cougars the lead at 23-22, the first time they've had the lead since 4-3. Sensabaugh. Jeremy down with 3:29 to play inside. What a move by Sensabaugh! Jeremy Sensabaugh has scored the last 5. It's quiet. He's in 3-point range. Shot fake. Put Sensabaugh in the air. Put up a shot. No. And cleared out of there by 20. Over to McKinney. Here come the maroon and gold. They're running. Down to Ryan Reed. Baseline. Put up a shot. Hammered. No foul. Tipped up and in by Jabril Conte, and the basket will count. 28-24, and the Cougar fans making some noise right now. Stolen away by Sensabaugh. All the way down, up and got it. Jeremy Sensabaugh has lit it up, and right now Union wants a timeout. Oh, Duaney, there's Weissang, a 3 in and out. Oh, what a play! Jabril Conte on the rebound slam. Chambers on the dribble, trying to take Reed inside. He'll stop the pop, no good, and now they're 1 and done. And again, Conte, and he's got to be getting close to double figures. Another rebound for the big guy. Clears it over to Weissang. Now he sets the pick, and Mario goes around him. Leaves the ball over to Queth Duaney. A 3, got it! And that could be the back break.
They were real little, and I had some really good guards, and they just bring some different teams because they spread the floor against us because we have so much superior physical strength. They couldn't do anything really, so they spread the floor, and they got really good quick guards. They hit some shots, and Chambers, of course, yeah, a really good player. Queth did a pretty good job on him, then Jabril stepped up in the second half and kind of shut him off. So they were a tough team to exactly win the regional, and we knew that the first time we played them, we'll probably see this team again, and sure enough we did.
38-26, Duggar has scored 4 points this half. We're in the fourth quarter. Blocked again this time, again by Conte and out of bounds. Nothing doing with the big guy, and he's having himself a whale of a ball game. Line right, still on the dribble, passes it inside. What a play by Reed, put up a shot, no, got his own rebound, back up, rolls off, tipped up and in by Conte. Jabril Conte walks with it, clears it over to Weissang. Joe Hart wanted to travel, didn't get it. Oh, what a play! Oh my, Weissang! To Duane. Is the Weissang over to Duane. There's sends the ball off the glass and in. Jeremy sends the Seymour. He had 13 rebounds against Seymour. That was his high inside. What a play by Jeremy Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh again owning that baseline. Again, 49-38. Chambers will fire a three and get it right back. What a game Chambers is playing. That is his second tray. He is unloading his points. When they finally do. 3-point range. It'll be Golish over Weissang. Got it. J.T. Golish with his first points of the night, a three, and that whittles the lead down to 8 and 50. Here comes Golish, a three, got it. Oh, what a nice looking shot by J.T. Golish. He's got 2 threes in a row, 58-51, 30 seconds to play. Here comes Conte. Oh, what a pass over to Duane. He got the basket in the count. We'll count it down with 4 seconds to play, 3, dribbling it out, Duane with 1, and the regional championship has been claimed by the top-ranked North Cougars as Tom McKinney's maroon and gold will move on to Evansville this coming Saturday. The number 1 ranking, 15 in a row, 24-1 on the year. They win the regional championship 62-51.
We felt that the boys were getting a little bit complacent and that they were satisfied with what they had already achieved. And we had already posted in the locker room that we had won the sectional, that we had won the regional, and we had signs up in the locker room indicating that. We had our sectional championship for 97 in the gym as well. And so we made the decision we would cover up those achievements. They would cover up, they won the South Central Conference, they would have won the regional, won the sectional. We had done such an effective job in the gym itself, we'd find a piece of black paper to cover up the 97 for sectional championships in the gym, that it looked as if we had painted it over. And so when the kids came in, they said, they painted that over. And the effect we wanted to give them was, don't be satisfied, don't think about what you accomplished, keep the goal out there in mind. We had some practices in which it didn't look like we were doing that. And boy, we picked it up right there. And you remember both those games in the semi-state, we really came off out of the gun and played great basketball.
We said, okay, now we've got 4 more games to play. We played 5, but it's just the semi-state, we're not to the Final 4. And we drew Vincennes, playing at Roberts Stadium in Evansville.
Vincennes actually was probably one of the more physical teams we played. They were sort of like us in the fact that they were more physical players and they were stocky and whatnot. Yeah, they played us real tough. They had a good center, Charles Hetty, but Quet did a great job on him all night. And they hit some shots. They didn't really have a go-to guy as far as like New Albany did with Hunter or anything, but it was a really tough game, and even when they came back on us, I still felt like, well, we're going to win. It's no big deal. We'll be all right. So,
if anybody had any doubt, it was never him. Every game we went into, he was always, man, don't be afraid. We're going to thump this team. And he was always had confidence.
Quet Duane had to hurry up his shot, trying to beat the final buzzer with the game tied. With a couple of players contesting him. And Sensabaugh, these are things that you can't coach. If you have intelligent kids, they kind of have a sense about these things. He went to the weak side to get the board. I mean, that's something that you can tell him about it. You can coach it, but it's something that's just kind of instinctive too. It's like where the ball's going to come off. And the rebound went through or past a couple of Vincennes kids, and Jeremy got it, nearly dropped it, put the ball back up. And when it was nestling into the net, and I knew it was going in, I looked up at the scoreboard and saw the 0-0-1 and saw the 1 disappearing into a 0. And I knew that Vincennes Lincoln didn't have enough time to get a timeout, and so the game was over. And once again, I mean, the place was just deafening. I mean, it was just an explosion of noise. That's just hard to describe unless you're there. I mean, if you're there, you understand it. But it was an amazing scene. Then the New Albany game, one of the Evansville writers told me afterward that from the teams he'd seen both on television and in person in the state this year, he really genuinely felt that the Bloomington North New Albany game was the state championship game.
I think from a talent perspective, New Albany was the best team we played. I think that they had the best athletes. They probably had one of the better players we faced in Chad Hunter.
I told my wife, if we beat Vincennes, we'll beat New Albany at night. And I'd said that to 2 or 3 people, and I think they wondered why. Well, I think one of the factors was we played the first game. It allows you 2 hours more rest. And I just felt like going into that night game that we would have that over New Albany. And we jumped out to a 17-point lead. They caught us, and then we took off and left them again. And I think probably the 2 teams that we played in the semi-state were better than the 2 teams that we played in the Final Four. New Albany was probably the most talented team that we played throughout the tournament, but our front line matched up with them very well. And I think that was a big difference.
The Bulldogs lead it 2-0 early. 6:12 to play in the first quarter. McKinney down on the wing right, leaves it for Jeremy Sensabaugh. Posting low is Jabril Conte. Quest Winnie will fire a 2, no good. Rebound and Reed off the glass, got it. Ryan Reed, always seemingly at the right spot at the right time, and we are tied at 2. We never had a tie in that Vincennes game. Shot taken, forced, partially blocked by Sensabaugh, and we got problems underneath and a grab, and it's going to be nailed on New Albany. Ball almost stolen away. McKinney comes back and gets it against pressure by New Albany. Boy, they are quick, and they are athletes, this bunch. 2-2 tie. 5:13 to play. We're in quarter number 1. McKinney controlling the basketball. 3-pointer on the way by Sensabaugh. No good to the left side. Fight for the rebound. Quest Winnie, pump fake off the glass, rolled it in. Quest Winnie with his first field goal, and the Cougars lead for the first time, 4-2. Just running the point, had a good ball game as he usually does. Playing on a gimpy right knee inside. Nice pass. Oh, what a move! And inside Jabril Conte with the slam. And what a pass by Quest Winnie. Hunter may have gotten away with the walk. Goes down the baseline, puts up a shot and got it. From right to left. Leaves it over to Quest Winnie. A 3 on the way by Quest. No good. Tipped around Reed. Back to the rebound, and McKinney comes up with another possession. Dave will turn, stop, hop, and hit. Dave McKinney and for the Cougars, all with 2 points. Cougars lead it by a deuce with 2:14 to play in the first quarter. Ball stolen away by the Cougars. Nice steal by Jeremy Sensabaugh. Here comes the senior guard. Behind the back dribble, stops from 3-point range. Got the iron net. Dave McKinney, another offensive rebound. Dave has plucked 2 off now, Tony. Coliseum, home of the Purple Aces of Jimmy Cruz. Matt Reed inside, spins, fires, puts up a shot, got it. Nice contortionist move by Matt Reed, and it's 10-7 the Cougars out to their biggest lead of 3. Took inside to Hunter. Hunter double-triple teamed, and let's see, he walked with the ball. And I'll tell you, great help side defense. Blaney came over and helped out Matt Reed, Tony, and lost the concentration. Hunter did, where he was. Plenty of time with 7, with 6, with 5 seconds, with 4, with 3. Dave McKinney in 3. Will fire one at the buzzer. Got it! Dave McKinney knocks one down from home run range. And it was a good 24-footer with no time left, and the Cougars have exploded into a 13-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. 13-7, just underway, quarter number 2. With it on the wing left is Marcus Frazier inside, shot in the air, rolls around, falls through, and that is Reggie Wheeler. He lit it up for 27 against Pike Central earlier today. Through the paint over to Mario Weissang, back up over his head, no good. Fight for the rebound. Reed comes out of there, and a personal foul is nailed on Eric. Got a play by Ryan Reed over Matt Reed. What a pass inside off the inbound pass by Sensabaugh. Count it. And Matt Reed will go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play as the Cougars move out to a 15-9 lead. Comes to Albany the other way in a hurry. Ricky Wright almost threw it away. Let's see. Last touch. It'll be New Albany basketball. 15-9. We're in the second quarter with 6:41 to play. McKinney double team, clears it over to Mario Weissang. He had a notion, leaves it down for Reed, spins, puts up another shot. No, fights for the rebound, back up and in. Jabril Conte with the rebound basket on the left wing, clears it over to Duaney. Now they reverse it over to Sensabaugh in 3-point range. Back to Weissang, over to Duaney, a 3-pointer on the way by Quest. Got it! Quest Duaney with his first tray. That is 2 in the ball game for the Northsiders, and it's a 20-11 lead. Leaves it over to Chad Hunter in three-point range. He'll fire one right now and get it. Chad Hunter with a three-pointer. He's got 7 to lead New Albany. Plus 20, ball overhead. Jabril Conte will fire and get it. Jabril Conte, his third field goal, 2 in a row for Jabril. And again, a couple of guys that haven't scored a lot of points earlier scoring them tonight. McKinney and Conte, 11 between them down the paint. Goes right and he's fouled. It is right into Cook. Ball stripped away and a nice steal by Weissang right into the arms of Dave McKinney. The Cougars regained the lead and led 13-7 at the end of the first quarter as they got the lead back after there's a shot and what a play! Sweeney with another three, his second of the quarter. First half, back-to-back three-pointers with it. Ball stripped away by Weissang, taken right back by New Albany. With the top of the key, Frazier leaves it, almost threw it away. Cook goes and gets it down deep on the right baseline. Right on top of him is Matt Reed, almost threw it away. Weissang steals the ball. Here come the Cougars, and Conte couldn't hold it. Here comes New Albany, 3-on-2 the other way. He'll fire a three, no good. High rebound, knocked around rather, and here comes Weissang. 25-14, 3 minutes to play in the opening half. And the Cougars will work the half court. Back to Matt Reed. Inside, what a pass underneath. That is Ryan Reed off the pass by Jabril Conte. He leaves the ball down on the right wing. 3-point range. That is Blaney. Back to McKinney. He'll fire a three. Dave McKinney with his second three, and David with 8 in the ball game. With it is Dave McKinney. Leaves it for Sensabaugh. He'll fire a tray. Got it. Jeremy Sensabaugh with his first tray, and the Cougars blow it open now. 35-21. High posting, spinning, firing, and shooting over to Quest Blaney is Hunter. Lead a minute to go. Blaney, a three-pointer on the way. Got it! Quest Blaney with his third three, back-to-back three-pointers, and North leads it 38-23. McKinney sends the ball back up over his head. Got it! What an assist pass and shot back up over his head by Jeremy Sensabaugh. He has scored 5, and it's 40-23, a 17-point lead for the Northsiders. Here comes New Albany back the other way, getting in a hurry inside. Hunter makes the move, puts up a shot, got it. Nice move inside by Hunter. Shot by three by Wheeler. That is the second three-pointer in the ball game. Wheeler's first, and all of a sudden it's down to 9 at 41-32. Connects on both. He's 3 out of 4, trying to break it the other way. Sends the ball off the glass, no good. Oh, what a play by Conte, rather by Blaney. 43-34, shot taken and missed. It tipped in. What a tip in by Cook. That back door, that's Weissang up off the glass, in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound. Reed back up, got it. Ryan Reed with another hard-working basket. 3-on-1. They got Weissang to beat. Oh, what a play, and they jam it. Cutter off the pass by Ricky Wright. Reed in the high post. Back to McKinney. A three by Dave. Got it! Dave McKinney coming up with another big three-pointer. He's got 3 in the ball game. He's got 11 total. Down to 43 seconds. Clock running. Backdoor shot. Block foul on Sensabaugh. And Wheeler will go to the line and shoot 2. And I tell you, a little 7-match going on, and Ryan Reed doesn't back down from anybody, and Tony, that could have gotten nasty.
It could have. Eric Cook was the New Albany Bulldog player involved.
You know you can win. I mean, when you have players out there who refuse to lose, who are so intense that no other team is going to intimidate them. It was impossible to intimidate this team. They were so strong physically and mentally.
Cook has it with 5 in three-point range, trying to clear out, goes inside, will stop a little runner, got it! At the buzzer, what a beautiful move by Eric Cook to end the third quarter, and it's 48-42.
Were outscored 25-19 in that third quarter, to correct what I had said earlier. 25-19, outscored by 6, but they lead by 6 heading into the final quarter.
Here comes Ricky Wright over to Wheeler, a 3 on the way, got it! As North's 17-point lead is all but gone with 7:12 to play in the ballgame. As Wright can bring them to within 1. 49-47, Northsiders by a deuce in the air. He got them both. They had a 17-point lead at 40-23. 49-48. Oh, nice play. Graney inside. What a play by Quest Blaney. Doing the honors, Frazier. Three-pointer. Wheeler got it. Tie ball game. He hesitated, thought about it, and then shot it. And it hit nothing but cotton, and we're tied at 51, our first tie since 2-2. 6 minutes to play in the ball game, a regulation. For a trip to the Final Four. Conte leaves it. Reed up off the glass. Got it. What a play by Ryan Reed off the pass by Jabril Conte.
From the line for North tonight.
First time at the line. It's a little short. Rebounded by 20. Back up for 5. Got it. For 20. With another rebound basket. And after being tied at 51, the Cougars come right back with 2 straight field goals, and it's 55-51 with 5:41 to play in the ball game. Cook takes it in the paint, ball knocked loose, stolen away, and the Cougars have it. Let's see, possession arrow to the New Albany Bulldogs. So.
No, I believe that Conte called a timeout, Joe. I think the officials are going to give North a timeout.
You're exactly correct. So a heads-up play by Jabril Conte. Post against Hunter. Hunter takes it inside, leaves it over to Cook. He'll put up a shot, no, and Conte's got the rebound. Jabril just ripped it off the rim that time and took it away from Cook. And here come the Northsiders. Picks him up, going down in the paint, leaving it over to Hunter. Put up a shot, partially blocked away from Conte and stolen away out of there by Reed. What a defensive play by Jabril Conte. And the rejection ended up in the arms of Ryan Reed, and now we got a foul down at the other end, and that will send Dave McKinney to the free throw line. 4 times in the air, and he got them both. So 4 straight free throws in crunch time. 59-53, Northsiders by a half a dozen. Here comes New Albany. 2:26 to play, down the lane, lays it up, and blocked beautifully. Was blocked by Clef Duane. What a defensive play by the junior forward. 32 to play, and now New Albany's going to have to foul here. Duane clears it finally. McKinney over to Sensible, got it! 61-53 with a minute 20 to play in the ball game. What a pass by Dave McKinney to Sensible. At the RCA Dome, shot by Wright, air ball, rebounded underneath by Dave McKinney with 40 seconds to play, and he's hammered back there by Cook. And McKinney took a shot. He's up, he's okay. 64-55 with 26 seconds to play, and Jeremy Sensible is stepping to the line, shooting 2. Tom McKinney going to the Final Four. Here comes Duane out. Robles in, Weissang in, Adam Hawley in, Matt Reed in, and at the free throw line, Seth Devereaux looking around. When they counted, and they hit what, Tony? 6 key free throws in a row in crunch time. In the air, he got it. That'll do it. 68-59. New Albany can't do anything about it. Down to 2, down to 1, and the Cougars have won the 1997 Southern State. They're headed to Indianapolis as a member of the Final Four, as Bloomington will send an entry to Indianapolis for the first time in 37 years. 68-59. The Northsiders, 17 in a row, and on their way to Indianapolis to battle Kokomo in the opening game of the Final Four.
But we kept getting better every week, and I think because Ryan Reed's ankle, because he was a good all-around player. David McKinney, who usually did not score very many points for us, had a big semi-state game against New Albany, and so, you know, once again we had players jump up. When we got to the state finals, and we're down to 4 teams, by Sunday night preceding the state finals, I had seen all the teams on videotape because the coaches had agreed, let's trade videotapes. And again, you know, I simply said to my wife, I said, unless this thing is too big for us, we ought to win it.
It was exciting, to say the least. I mean, there was upstairs in the balcony, they were selling shirts like crazy, and there was people walking in and out because they had to sell tickets all the time, and it wasn't exactly a close practice like we usually normally have. But I mean, it wasn't anything really different. We didn't do anything really dramatically changed. It was pretty much the same week of preparation. It was pretty much the same.
We made a decision in being an hour away from the Hoosier Dome that after we practiced on Friday in the Hoosier Dome, that we were going to come home and sleep in Bloomington, Indiana, in our homes. And the other 3 schools, and 2 of them were just an hour away from Indianapolis, made a decision to stay all night. Years ago, I'd been assistant coach at Franklin, and I had watched our teams when we got in the Final Four in 1973 and 4. I thought get too involved in all the hoopla of it, and I said, we're not going to do that. We're going to go there to win, even if some people are not so happy with us. And that was nothing against the Downtown Kiwanis Club or the IHSA. I just didn't want to take away from our time, and so that was our approach. Obviously, if you win, you feel like it worked out very well, but our kids stayed all night in Bloomington, and then we headed up the next day. We're 1 hour away, and the schedule that we set up, you know, we were right on the nose on that thing. We had good police escorts, bus driver, everybody was set.
The statewide media, to me, misrepresented North's team to a degree. Not intentionally, of course, but I feel that they saw the ethnic diversity that was just overt on North's team, and thought that this was almost a team full of foreign exchange students, which was incorrect.
The international flavor, if anybody knows anything about Bloomington North, it's been like that for 25 years. I mean, it is a transient group of people, of Indiana University professor kids, people that maybe perhaps are in our community for only maybe through high school, maybe some not even completing 4 years, maybe no longer than 8 years, but that's just been the flow, but it's been like that for 25 years. So people that, were making a lot out of the makeup really didn't know what they were talking about.
These are Indiana kids. These are Bloomington kids. They're a reflection of the justly celebrated diversity of our town, of our city.
We don't even see diversity on this team. Like I said, it's one heartbeat, one love. We're all family. No, we don't see color, none of that. We're just a family.
In a sense, our school is a big family of 1,300 kids and a big faculty because, sometimes we all argue and everything like that, but it's, the families pull it together. Bloomington North is a unique school with our diversity, and yet all the kids run around together. Nobody in our building thinks anything about different ethnic groups or anything like that, and therefore, with our athletics, we have kids from all over the world, who become more educated by just knowing each other and the friendships that they have, and that makes it an awful lot easier to coach.
I think that's just part of being a human. You got to work with everybody. It's a job for us. You work with different races, different kind of people, different beliefs, things like that. That's just a great thing about life. To meet new people. I mean, I love that. You can't sit here and say you don't like certain kind of people and not give them a chance, because you don't know who your best friend might be. That might be them right there. We always had a joke on the team. The only diversity on the team was part of the Ville, and I'm from Unionville, so they said that Matt and I were, from the Ville, so that was a different country.
I'm a journalist, and I understand you have to have a good angle to a story to try and interest the readers, to try and make it more interesting and entertaining for the readers. And so the big thing about Bloomington North, the story there was the ethnic diversity, and they were going to play that up. The big story with Delta was that had there been class basketball this year, Delta would not have been there. But they tried to portray Delta as the Cinderella small school team. Delta had almost 1,000 kids in it. I mean, it had 929, I think it was, which means that they only had about 300 less kids than Bloomington North. So to say that this was some sort of David and Goliath thing was a media creation. It wasn't true. The dome, that Friday when we went up there, it was like, wow, we're finally here. Because I remember when we were sophomores, Mario and I were talking to some guy up in the stands, and we were like, watch out, because we'll be here in 2 years. And he was like, okay, I'll be here, and blah, blah, blah. And he probably didn't believe us. And we were like, man, we finally did it. Me and Mario was thinking back on that the other day, and it was something.
I couldn't sleep 2 days before the state, before we headed up to Indianapolis. It was just like, this is a big thing. Not too many people get to go to the Final Four, and something I've been hoping for and dreaming about.
I was nervous the night before, I won't lie to you, and I got sick. I got sick that Friday night, and it was lasting on Saturday. It wasn't the best feeling ever.
And all eyes were on us instead of us standing on the periphery. All eyes were on us as we're going in to the biggest show in high school athletics in the country.
There were some people along the line that gave me some good advice in the last week or two. I know Dan Bush, who had coached at Bedford, had coached his son, had coached a state championship team, had coached Damon Bailey. He gave me some good ideas of what was going to happen in the finals week. And then Mo Moriarty at South won the state in football in 1993, and he said, here's some things to look for. Jan Connor, who coaches the Martinsville girls, came up to me and she said, you know, we won this thing 3 or 4 weeks ago, and she said all of our girls have something special for your ball players, and then handed me not just little letters that said good luck to you, but the letters in there talked about their feelings at the time. And we read a couple of those letters to our players right before we went on the floor, and I said, you know, understand what this feeling is, and this kind of pressure is a great thing. So.
Guy make a diagonal cut, you know, to the elbow right there, get the ball. Okay. Now you want to play hard, get your mind in the ball game, and forget everything else. We want to play hard, intelligent. Okay. Now, if I have a question.
At the beginning of the game, we have a ritual, and that's to come together, and I give the prayer, you know, for God to give us the strength to go out there and play to our best abilities and things like that. And, you know, and then we have a little chant that we do. And so it's just kind of like game rituals that we do, you know. We always try to follow the same one because we were on a winning streak and all this, you know. So it's kind of, you know, things that, you know, it was working for us, so I don't stop, you know.
The first game is just about underway here at the RCA Dome, and the tip's controlled by Jeremy Sensabaugh. Walks it across the line on the left wing as now we see that matchup zone. It appears to be a matchup coming out of the box right now as Duane reverses the ball, sets the ball. McKinney back to Quest in three-point range. Hawked out there on the wing by Michael Gaines. Boy, this is a quick basketball club. David delivers over to Duane, a three, no good. Rebounded by McKinney. Leaves it on the wing left, sets the ball back to David. In three-point range, Jeremy now looking for Reed inside, back out to McKinney, and they'll set up the offense. High posting, nice pass. Conte underneath to Ryan Reed. Ryan Reed gets things rolling for the Northsiders on a beautiful assist pass by Jabril Conte. Posting low, that's Brady inside. Pump fake over to Conte. Shot an air ball, rebounded out of there by Ryan Reed. Reed will clear it now to Dave McKinney. Northsiders on top, 2-0, just underway. Here in the opening quarter, sent the ball a three on the way, long and off to the left side, and Tony outside of maybe some butterflies. I think still with the shooting atmosphere totally different than what it's been the last 2 weeks, even though we've been in arenas, it's going to take some adjustment.
Well, and we saw Bloomington North come out struggling from the outside when we played in the regional at the Holman Center, and you can just multiply that 10 or 15 times when you play in this huge dome here.
Gaines with the basketball, Fowler with the shot, got the iron, that's it. Ryan Reed with the rebound, clears it now over to Dave McKinney. Here comes the point guard, the senior, across the timeline, leaves it forward. Sends the ball, works it over to Ryan. Ryan on the left wing against that Kokomo zone. Back to Sensabaugh, top of the key, that's McKinney. David surveying activity, one bounce out top of the key, over to Sensabaugh on the left wing, back to David. David had a great game in the title game last Saturday night. Conte knocked around, stolen by Gaines of Kokomo. So Jabril couldn't handle the pumpkin in the paint, and here comes Kokomo the other way. Herman Fowler in a hurry up off the glass. No, but he's fouled going in, and he'll go to the line and shoot two. On the left wing, back to Sensabaugh. A tray, no good. Long rebound out to Gaines again. So Gaines doing a pretty good job. He's got a steal, a couple of rebounds, and here comes the junior guard across the timeline. Senior guard, rather. Gaines still with her, works it down to Sanders, posting low. That's Fowler against Ryan Reed, and he shoves it in. And that's just flat strength right there. Face this season. Sensabaugh deals it out to Ryan Reed. Reed left side of the key, and Gaines almost stripped it away. Inside, nice pass. Jabril, and he's got it. Nice entry pass by Ryan Reed to Jabril Conte. And the big 6'7" junior off the assist pass from Ryan ties this ball game up at 4-4.
He saw it in the corner of his eye. Jabril Conte into the basket and found him for the basket, and Conte now goes to the line.
Jabril in the tournament spanning now, 7 ball games, 28 of 36. What a marked improvement from the regular season, shooting nearly 79% in the tournament, Tony. In the air, he spins it a couple of times, in and out, back in again, so Jabril completes the three-point play, and the Cougars forge in front 5-4. Game. Gaines works it on the left wing, alley-oop. Oh, what a play by Fowler on the assist. Coming in was Michael Gaines. Gaines puts those Wildcats back in front 6-5 as we seesaw, and what a play by Herman Fowler. Fowler deep on the right, left baseline rather. Caught by Reed, clears it now over to Gaines, back to Fowler. He's free, left wing on the way, a three, no good, and Conte's got the rebound, leaves it for Mario. Here comes Mario across the timeline, scoops it over to Wes Duaney, posting low inside Ryan Reed. What a shot by Ryan Reed, his second field goal. Give the assist to Wes Duaney in the paint, and the Cougars regain the lead 7-6 with 3:13 to play here in the opening quarter. Joe Bennett, who checked in, Fowler with it, bounces at one time, right wing. They reverse it now. Fowler to Bennett inside, spinning, firing, and shooting, and hitting on a nice turnaround jump shot was Ryan Snyder. Inside, that's Matt, blocked beautifully that time by Alexander. And Kokomo with the basketball. Sanders leaves it for Gaines, and Basil Malby wants one final shot with 11 seconds to play, and the Cats in the half court with a 1-point lead in the basketball, down to 6 with 4 seconds to play. Now Fowler starts to move against Reed, put up a shot, and got it. Fowler hits one with about 2 seconds to play. He ends up with 6 of Kokomo's 10 points. That's the end of the first quarter, with the Kokomo Wildcats leading the North Cougars 10-7. Clears it back as the Cougars stay in their wanted man-to-man right now. Cats backing it up, looking for the good shot in the half court. Fowler with Trey, got it. Herman Fowler's been the big story. He's got 9 now. 9 of Kokomo's 13. And the Wildcats out to a 13-7 lead. Here come the Cougars. Weissang against the zone. A 3 on the way. In and out, no good. High rebound, knocked around. Loose ball rebound, and maybe a foul on one of the Reed twins. With the basketball inside. Oh, nice play by Brady inside. 56% shooter off the assist pass by Joe Sanders, and it's out to a 15-7 lead as the Kokomo Wildcats on a big-time run, and right now Tom McKinney wants a timeout.
Basil Malby's teams are famous for playing a very stingy 2-3 zone defense, and their opponents had better be able to hit some jump shots, because teams can work it inside to a degree against any defense, but against that type of zone, you got to loosen it up a little bit by hitting some jump shots. The North just wasn't able to do that, so once again they fell behind in the first half, and once again they failed to panic. They failed to wilt in any degree.
Not getting the kinds of shots they want right now against the zone, and Kokomo doing a great job out around the perimeter. Sends the ball, tried to deal it inside, now does on the pass over to Conte, and he is double teamed. We got somebody slapping him on the arm, maybe Gaines. 2 out of 3. 15-8. The Cougars haven't scored. Conte's they haven't hit a field goal now for over 4 minutes. Misses again. Reed inside off the glass, and Matt rolled it in. Nice play by Matt Reed off the missed free throw by Jabril Conte. That is the first field goal for the Northsiders in 4 minutes. Against there, though, by Alexander. Hit the side of the basket, or not the side, but there's a three-pointer by Fowler, and somebody's going to have to come out on him. Over there by Ryan Reed. Here comes Matt over to help, and now Fowler delivers it back to Sanders. Sanders, top of the circle now, leaves it for Fowler, another 3, and no, it's a 2. He's inside the three-point range, but my golly, is he having himself a quarter. He's got 6, 12, 14 points for Fowler already. 14 of Kokomo's 20. 20-10, the score doubled on the top-ranked team in the state. And definitely some recognition problems against the zone, and boy, Kokomo plays it well. Inside, oh, nice play by Ryan Reed. He's got 3 field goals, and hopefully things will get rolling now. With it is sends the ball back over to Mario. Minute 42 to play here in the first half. Cougars trail at 20-13-3 by Mario. No good. High rebound. Reed back up off the glass and got it. What a nice play by Matt Reed. Matt Reed with his second field goal. That's 2 rebound baskets, and the Cougars cut that 10-point lead at half, 20-15 with a minute 24 to play. And let's see, Weissang traveling with the basketball, and that's another turnover for the Kokomo Wildcats.
And that's Mario Wysang. He was right in his face forcing that turnover, and that is now 8 turnovers against Kokomo.
So the Northsiders playing a little solid D. They haven't been holding opponents to 46 points for nothing all season long. They talk about Kokomo's defense. The Cougars have played it all season long as well.
Kokomo never knew I'd hit them when they saw that man-to-man defense that North played. And baseball ball was extinct at the end of that day, and that was, I know for Tom, a very memorable game.
And David steals it away, and that's another turnover. Tony, 6 out of the last 7 possessions. Kokomo's turned the ball over. Inside, posting, spinning, firing. Reed, no good. Fight for the rebound. Let's see. Out of bounds to Kokomo. Comes across against Wysang. Backing him in. Now leaves it over to Bennett. Bennett almost double dribbled with the basketball. 20-16 to score. Inside. Now he's walking with the ball again. Well, you know, when Fowler went out, Tony, with 2, Basil's got the same type of philosophy.
Kokomo played a real good zone, and most people just try to pass the ball around the perimeter and try to shoot outside shots. You know, and you're off, and they're going to win. But you know, we kept poise, and we were only down 4 points. We were missing a lot of shots in the first half, and
first half. So the Cougars were in a hole at 20-10 and fought back and scratched back in. 20-16. That's our score here at halftime. As we get set for the second half of this ball game, the Cougars trailing. The referee, Mike Wasneria, sends it in, and here we go. McKinney over to Sensabaugh, and again the Cats inside, playing the zone. Shot by Conte right off the bat. So Jabril now with his second field goal. He's got a half a dozen, and the Cougars draw to within 2 at 20-18. Little semi-pressure now on Joe Sanders applied by McKinney. Here comes Mike Gaines across the timeline. Cougars have scored the last 8 points in this mini run. High posting is Alexander underneath. He got an easy one. Off the pass by Herman Fowler. That is the first basket for Aaron Alexander. Here comes Dave McKinney across the timeline right in front of us. Against that Kokomo 2-3 zone, sometimes they'll use a lot of matchups. Sends the ball at Trey, and it's still rolls in. At the front, we'll use it any way we can, I tell you.
that is the ugliest shot I've ever shot in my life.
And it's going to be Brady inside. They're going to nail Brady. And the Cougars are back in this one after trailing by 10 at 22-21. And shot Sanders on the way, got it. Sanders with his first field goal, and Kokomo eases back out to a 3-point 24-21 lead. Play a little bit more spirited here at the early going of the third. Down to the final 16 minutes of the season. There's a tray by Sensabaugh. Jeremy's knocked down a couple, and he's getting the field.
And second half, the first one I hit, it was ugly, and I thought, wow, things must be changing. And then it felt real good after that. So, you know, just keep shooting.
Reed out on Fowler. Fowler playing now with 2 personal fouls, had 14 points in 14 of Kokomo's first 20. Inside, Alexander threw it away. Cougar basketball. Inside, that's Conte. He got the iron, that's it. Loose ball, Jabril hustles and gets it. Over to McKinney, back to Sensabaugh, 3 by Jeremy. Got it! Sensabaugh with 3 threes here in the third, and the Cougars have taken the lead 27-24. 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. The biggest Cougar lead in the game. Cougs playing that tough man-to-man, stolen away temporarily, and Gaines gets it right back with the quick hands. Boy, Reed playing well defensively. Clears it now. Over to Fowler. Steps around Ryan. Put up a runner. Let's see. Offensive foul against Fowler. That's going to be 3 on Fowler, so 2 Kokomo starters with 3 personal fouls.
And it's Jabril Conte that takes the charge there. 3 on Fowler and the turnover. And now a chance to add to this 3-point lead. Well, you can see Kokomo struggling a little bit, staggering, and they went to their leader, Herman Fowler. But keep in mind, he was on the bench for 5 minutes of that second quarter, and he's looking a little rusty.
There comes Delaney up to rather McKinney to Delaney again. That'll get quick started. What a pass by Dave McKinney. And the Cougars lead by 5, leaving Kokomo in the dust right now. And they're willing. They are willing. They've been outscored 19-4. Inside with it, Fowler got it. Basket count, foul on Delaney. That's bad news. That's 4 on him. With it is Gaines around the pick set up by Farrell. Shot taken and missed. Loose ball rebound. That is Alexander. Throws it back out to Sanders. He'll set it down to the right wing. That's Fowler out of the corner. Got it. Well, he has scored 5 in a row, Tony, just like that.
All that time offensively, they finally found Sensabaugh with a good look in the left corner from 3-point range. Didn't fall, but David McKinney kept it alive. McKinney's got 4 rebounds in this game. And now Bloomington North is going to pull it out here and
Look for a good shot. Wes Duaney on the bench with 4 personal fouls, went out at the 3:35 mark, and I bet you Kokomo's not going to come out of that zone. They're going to stay right in that zone, and we can see the expression on Gaines. He's just smiling right now. He knows he's not going to come out and get any pressure on McKinney.
It's as if this team doesn't know anything else but the zone defensively. They're not going anywhere.
Well, the Cougars are not going anywhere because we've seen this before.
Yes, there was that effect. We held the ball at the last 3 minutes of the third quarter because Queth was on the floor, on the bench with 3 fouls. Jabril had not felt well, was also on the bench, and we had mismatches. But David and I had talked about this for a long period of time. You know, as we talk about strategies and everything like that. And when I decided to have us hold the ball, I wanted David to have the ball. Kokomo has lived with the reputation the last few years of not being afraid to play one-point games, and generally a lot of teams are scared of that. But I think once we held the ball, we said to them, we'll take it right down to the wire. We'll play you a one-point game here in the state finals. And yeah, I don't think that they ever got their game back together again. I know after the game, one of the media people in the press conference said to me, you know, that was a big gamble that you took holding the ball. And I said, well, from what standpoint? And he said, well, from a standpoint that you would be second-guessed. And I said, second-guessed by who? And he said, well, the media. And I told him in there, I said, you know, that if I'm worried about being second-guessed strategy by the media, then you're in the wrong business. I have enjoyed coaching because I've never been afraid to play in a one-point game. And if you convey that to the players, and if the players understand it, and ours did, it makes my job a lot easier.
You know, we knew when this came about at the 2:42 mark that North was not going to get into their offense.
They completely took the air out of it with about 2.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter, and we're down to 20 seconds now.
Tom said, wait till 18 seconds. There it is, 18, and here we go. Over to McKinney now. Inside it goes. Reed will fire. Got it! Ryan Reed. So patient work. And the Cougars lead at 31-29. Here comes Kokomo with 8 seconds to play. What a big basket by Ryan Reed. Gaines in a hurry. Puts up a shot. No. Over to Alexander. He will. Tipped around. No. Loose ball. Rebound. Sets the ball. That's the end of the third quarter. So the Cougar strategy paid off as they melted away 2 minutes. Well, nearly, 2:52 minus 18 when they finally got the ball rolling. So they reeled off about 2 minutes and 30-some seconds and got the shot they wanted with Ryan Reed popping one in from 8.
We scored. They missed a quarter. We were up 2. They never led again, and we slowly took off to a 10-point lead.
Playing Kokomo, that zone, that tough zone, me and Quest had problems with it, but Mario and Jeremy and them, they stepped up and played good.
Low posting is Jabril Conte. Mario a 3 on the way. Got it! Mario Weissang a 3-pointer, and there was no doubt about that one as we followed that one down through, and the Cougars with their biggest lead of the ball game again at 5 points at 34-29, and Super Mario coming up with another big shot. Here comes Fowler with the basketball, pulled straight out, and now he's looking over to Basil Bobby for instructions going inside. Reed on him, putting on a shot, getting it. Boy, that Fowler is some kind of ball player. 19 points in the ball game for Fowler. He has scored 19 of Kokomo's 31 points. Weissang on him. Cougars lead at 34-31, down to 5.5 minutes in regulation. Backdoor, Alexander, he lost control of the ball, and here comes McKinney. Dave across the timeline in front of us. Steals it over to send the ball, a tray by Jeremy, got it! 4 3-pointers for Jeremy, sends the ball, and the Cougars with their biggest lead of the ball game, 37-31. Kokomo wants a timeout. They're playing the D. Kokomo trailing 37-31. Sanders a 3, got it. Sanders his first 3-pointer. So Joe Sanders with a 3-pointer, and it's 37-33. A little four-court zone trap, and Jabril breaks it down to Weissang, threw it away. Jabril let him too far. He thought Mario was going to cut Tom McKinney up off the bench, not liking that. He wanted the offense to run that time. He wanted to run some clock in the half court, and Conte led Weissang too far. Turn over to the Wildcats. Kokomo, here they come across the timeline. At one point in the time, they were ranked as high as 4th in the state. Bennett, baseline left, shut off by McKinney. Clears it now over to Gaines, and Weissang on him. 37-34 is the score. The Cougars by 3. Grady goes, gets it down on the wing left, and threw it away. Weissang on the steal. Here comes Mario. Mario almost lost the dribble himself. Still on the dribble. Clears it now over to Reed. Ryan inside. Let's see. What have we got? These fouls going in. Maybe Brady. Figuring it out finally is sent the ball. Conte in a traffic jam over to Mario inside. What a play, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Mario Weissang will go to the free throw line, drawing the personal foul, and let's wait to see who that one's on. That's on Brady, and he is gone.
Great play by Mario Weissang there. Not only was it a beautiful drive move to the basket, but he went right at the guy who could least afford to foul, Matthew Brady. That's 10.5 points per game. He's now on the bench. Scored only 2 in this one.
He has now hit 25 out of 27 in the tournament from the line. So they found the wrong guy, but Mario wanted the ball, and he gets and delivers both. So Weissang with 5 points, and the lead is back to 5 at 39-34. Kokomo trailing by 5 with 3:53 to play here in regulation. Here comes Gaines across the tile. Threw away. Mario Weissang strips the ball. Mario will play cool now here in the half court, and he'll look and fine. And there's Dave McKinney, old reliable number 23. And David is going to run the point. High posting is Ryan Reed. He wants the ball. Ryan gets it from Dave. Starts to make a move to the right baseline. Spinning move. Oh, what a play by Reed. He draws the personal foul and will shoot 2. Ryan Reed on another fine inside move. So many times we've seen that all season long. He wanted that ball from McKinney, not wasting any time. Tony got it in the high post, wheeled and dealed, and got it to the line, and that's what he wanted to do. At the line, delivers, and now they're counting. Now they're starting to add up. That is 3 in a row by the Cougars in crunch time. He clears it now over to Gaines, back to Sanders inside. Stripped away again by Mario Weissang. Here comes Mario in the half court, goes inside, what a pass underneath. Reed got it! Ryan Reed on a beautiful pass by Weissang, and Kokomo on the rope. The 5:06 mark, they trailed 20-10 in the second quarter, and since have outscored the Kokomo Wildcats 32-14 to lead it by 8 here with 3:05 to play in the ball game. Well, I tell you, Weissang, what a catalyst. We call him the igniter. Boy, has he ignited things defensively with a couple of steals. All right, the Cats trailing by 8 to back into the ball game here inside 3 minutes, and they throw it away again. Nothing doing against that seal-tight defense employed by the North Cougars. They talk about Kokomo's defense. I tell you what, they haven't seen a man-to-man like they've run into here today.
17 turnovers.
They have scored a paltry 14 points this half. With it is Weissang, and the Cougars will melt some clock if they can, unless they get somebody breaking through. McKinney goes through the lane, and Mario didn't see him. Jabril pulled way outside over to McKinney. Mack with the basketball. Pressured there, outside by Alexander. He's playing with 5. There's the lane. There's Reed off the glass. Missed the shot. Tipped around. Weissang from 5. Rolled in. Mario Weissang, what a second half he has played. Weissang with 7, and the Cougars out to a 10-point lead. And Kokomo with 2:09 to get back in it. Fowler in 3-point range. He's got 21. He'll fire a tray. Got it. Boy, has he been something today. 3 3-pointers for Fowler. He's got 24 in the ball game, and they don't break against Weissang. He goes to the glass, throws one up. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. As Kokomo goes to sleep after they surveyed the 3 by Fowler. They forgot about Weissang, and North has done that time and again where they have released Tony a man down after a break in transition, and Mario Weissang will be stepping to the line shooting 2.
Well, you look at 2 players, Weissang and Sensabaugh. They were both held scoreless in the first half, and they have combined for 19 here in the second half.
Mario from the line, he has been incredible. Defensively this morning, I should say. Fowler will fire another tray. He got another one. Oh, golly, 5 3-pointers or 4. He's got 4, 2 in a row, and it's down to 45-40 with 1:29 to play. Right in front of us, Jeremy Sensabaugh, double team. Clears it now over to McKinney. David with the basketball, clears it now to Weissang. Mario with the basketball, weeding through, putting up a shot block. Bad shot taken that time, almost stolen away by Conte. What a play by Jabril. Got it right back, Weissang. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. What a play defensively by Jabril Conte. While he was on the floor, grabbed the ball away from Farrell, kept the activity in the half court and gave it over to Weissang, who will go back to the line and shoot two.
That was a huge play by Conte, scrapping for the loose ball, because if he doesn't come up with it, Kokomo has it. They've got a chance to cut it to two if they can get a three-pointer to fall.
Weissang, 83% on the year, has missed only 3 in the tournament, in the air, and he got them both this time. Weissang putting that lead out to 47-40. The Cougars 7 points for Trey again. He airballs it this time. Loose ball rebound. Reed had it, lost it, and Gaines has it. He had a notion, but Jabril was right there defensively. And oh, there's Reed again. What a play by Ryan.
Gets off that switch.
Good ball pass. Here comes Jeremy's alone, 2 points, and that's going to be the ball game. They've done it twice now to Kokomo, and what a pass by McKinney. What a pass, and Kokomo's done. Inside a half minute, or approaching 34 seconds to play, and what a second half by the top-ranked Cougars. 49-40, Fowler a 3, air ball barely got the iron underneath, loose ball, Farrell had it, lost it, loose ball, let's see, jump ball, possession arrow to the Cougars. Kokomo led at the 5:06 mark, 20-10. Cougs whittled away, trailed 20-16 at halftime, regained the lead on some sharp shooting, as you well mentioned. Jeremy Sensabaugh with those 9 points in the third quarter. He's gunned in 4 threes here in the second half.
And it's been Sensabaugh and Weissang in the second half. What can you say? Sensabaugh 14 in the second half, Weissang 10, all of his in the fourth quarter. So they have scored 24 of Bloomington North's points in this second half.
They haven't seen the defense that North's been playing all year either up in the north central part of the state. That's all I heard about on the TVs up here in Indianapolis. Never saw a lot about Bloomington North, did you?
No.
Didn't hear boo. Didn't hear boo. Oh, by the way, North's here too, kind of a thing. Well, they're here and they're in a title game, and I got a good feeling they're going to be home tonight celebrating a state championship. In this Kokomo win today with 2.3 seconds. That'll be it. 50-40 is the final count. If it goes, and it counts. A three-pointer to boot.
Fortunately, it doesn't matter.
Snyder hitting the three-pointer, making it a closer ball game than what it appears. 50-43 the final. The Cougars win it in the final game on our May Agency scoreboard. 17, making 18 straight now as they move the record out to 27-1 and will play in the championship game tonight along either Delta, the Eagles, or the LaPorte Slicers of Joe Otis.
The one thing throughout the tournament, they were very businesslike. I know when the Terre Haute game was over, you'd come back from 14, you could be all excited. I walk in the locker room, they were in there, they're sitting, let's talk about tonight. And it was that way throughout the tournament. Even the state finals, we beat Kokomo, we're now going to play for the championship game. I had to have a 3 or 4 minute press conference. I walked back in that locker room, they're all sitting right there, what are we going to do tonight? And so, you know, at that point also, you have to thank the assistant coaches because they were also so well organized that I think a key is if you play the first game in the tournament, you have an opportunity to have 2 to 2.5 hours rest more, but you also have to organize for it. And, you know, we would leave at the end of the first quarter of the second game. We would have a police escort back to the hotel, and we would eat exactly at a certain time. We would have a separate room, have a buffet. The players are in and out there in 20-25 minutes, so we didn't take advantage of that rest time.
I was one of the 4 players that didn't get much playing time, so I had a lot of energy in the hotel. So those from me, Adam, and Andy. I mean, we was acting a little crazy with it. Everybody else was all serious and stuff, and we was like, dang. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing was basically from beginning of the season to end of the season.
Now, here's my feeling. If we start out an old post exchange, we get a rebound and get the outlet pass and get the ball off the side, we can either flash right then, okay? Flash right then. Don't let them drive. They drive everybody. Get down and play defense. Keep them on the perimeter. Let's go! Get out!
Y'all ready to go to war? It's time to get in line. It's time to represent. Northside Cougars, what time is it? It's time to get in line. It's time to represent. Northside Cougars, what time the Bloomington North Cougars. Number 11, Aaron Ryan. Number 13, Mario Wysang. Number 21, Jay Robles. Number 31, Andy Jeffers.
He's an internet freak, let's say that. He likes to go on the internet a lot.
I know, he thinks he's the daddy of the group.
Number 43, Adam Foley.
But the shot's good. Really fine. I've never seen anything like that. And it's like all of his shots are like that, but it's like they all go in.
Starting lineup for the Cougars of Bloomington North. At one guard, a 6'1" senior, number 15, Jeremy Sensabaugh.
He'll give you 100% on defense every night, so you can expect that.
At the other guard, a 6'1"
He's a good leader. He's just like his dad out on the floor.
This year has been especially special between like Dave and I. We are captains together.
I'm actually open. He's the one that sees me the best, and vice versa. With him, I see, it's just I can feel him there.
He was the man. Took 300 out of our 400 shots.
I remember back when he was a little tubby lard back in the day. That's all he was. We used to play Nintendo together.
And he got after me every day, and some days I would be angry, but then I'd have to stop and be like, well, he just wants me to play well.
The ceremonies and the hype are over. It is time to play basketball. Tip-off from Indianapolis is now.
The officials for today's ball game, tonight's championship game, will be J.C. Smith from North Webster, who, by the way, is the brother of Kip Smith, the Indiana football trainer, and Ray Tebby from New Palestine. Cougars, dressed in their home whites, will be going from left to right. Or rather, from right to left on the radio dial as we get Jabril Conte stepping in and just about ready to go as he will jump it in with Tice Scheidler, who is a banger on the boards, and the tip's controlled by the maroon and gold. And the championship game is underway as Dave McKinney is picked up by Bill Lynch as Delta comes out in a man-to-man. With it is Quest Duaney stumbling around and walks with the basketball, and the Cougars commit the turnover before they even have a chance to throw it around a couple of times in the half court. So it will be a Lynch, the point man, averaging on the year about 6 assists, and Dave McKinney will draw the starting assignment defensively against Billy Lynch. They work it on to the wing right. Tice Scheidler clears it now over to Rob Robbins, a good-looking sophomore player. Back it goes now to Roosevelt Jackson. Back to Billy Lynch. Bill guarded by Dave McKinney. Leaves it now for Tice Scheidler. Scheidler back to Patrick Jackson. You got to watch him, and Jeremy Sensabaugh, like he has done all season long, drawing the starting assignment, trying to make a move. Robbins against Ryan Reed. Ryan with great defense in the half court. And now Lynch backs up the offense against Dave McKinney. Works it over to Roosevelt Jackson. 2 Jacksons in the lineup tonight. 4 Paul Kellers, Delta Eagles. And with it right now is the man that runs the ball club, Patrick Jackson, takes the three-point shot, stepping inside. With it is Scheidler. Back now to Patrick Jackson. Jackson trying to stutter step in through the lane. Deals it down on the wing. Good defense. That is Rob Robbins. Stolen away by Ryan Reed. This will be an easy 2. Up off the glass. Got it. What a way to start the ball game is Ryan Reed anticipating the pass. Steals it away. Defense to offense, and the Cougars break on top 2-0.
Ryan Reed had a good ball game this morning as he scored 12 points and had 3 rebounds, and he's off to a good start tonight with a steal and the score.
Lynch backing up the offense. Hawks by Dave. McKinney on him, and now Billy goes around him down on the wing left and shut off and uses up his dribble. Now clears it over to Patrick Jackson, trying to step inside, and the ball stolen away by McKinney. He'll leave it for Sensabaugh, and here come the maroon and gold. Baller ball club, but boy, they're getting their patience in order here. A long 3, no good, cleared out of there by Jabril Conte. Maybe out of the range of Robbins, but he's a good 3-point shooter. And here come again the Cougars across the timeline. 3.5 to play already. Both teams misfiring. Dave trying to go around the screen set up by Jabril. Quetuani inside over to Conte, and somebody knocked the ball out of Jabril's arms. He had designs, Tony, on a slam, and little Patrick Jackson was down there in the paint, knocked it away, and draws the personal foul. Patrick Jackson will trigger it out. Boy, he's a quick little guy. He likes to dribble a lot, but he makes things happen like a pass inside, and we got a travel called against Hoop. Rob Robbins. He took the ball. Pass was down around his shoe top. I think that really hurt his progress to the hoop that time. Back now over to David. Down on the wing left. Sensabaugh, little runner, banked it in. So Jeremy Sensabaugh with his first deuce, and the Cougars out to a 4-0 lead. 6 seconds inside of 2 minutes. So the clock running down. Tony was mentioning Chad Oakley. He's a senior, plays up on the front wall, had a 5-rebound afternoon against LaPorte in that 57-56 win. Ball overhead, Robbins leaves it now over to Lynch. Back it goes to Roosevelt Jackson inside, puts up a shot, up over Ryan Reed, no, and Sensabaugh's got the rebound. Here comes Jeremy now the other way, 1:29 to play in the opening quarter of the championship game. Cougars lead it 4-0. Sensabaugh taking the ball to the left wing now, ball overhead, they reverse it right side. Nice entry pass, McKinney inside, want to play by Ryan Reed, or Matt Reed rather, and he'll put up a shot and he's fouled going in, and maybe the guilty party is going to be Oakley. If so, that'll be 3 team fouls now against the Delta Eagles, and that is the call against the 6-foot senior. Here comes Mario Weissang into the ball game. Boy, oh boy, what a fourth quarter the young man had, Tony, earlier today in that win over Kokomo was Dwayne Lee. And North on the day hit only 52%, so they missed 10. Yeah, you got that one. He connected there. And that makes it a 5-0 ball game. Here comes Delta. Bill Lynch across the line on the dribble, right around, trying to get around McKinney anyway. David shuts him off. They leave it down now on the wing left, trying to find and reverse the ball to the right side is Ty Scheidler. Scheidler with the basketball. Leaves it now back to Lynch. Inside it goes. Ball stolen away, and let's see. Slithering out of bounds. Hustling after the ball is Matt Reed, right in front of Steve Philbeck, one of the assistant coaches for the Cougars.
Well, they broke off a piece of my front tooth and then the side tooth. He told me to come out of the game. He said, I think you're going to be in too much pain to go in and play. You need to step off the court. And I said no. And Coach McKinney goes, well, I don't know. It's going to hurt. I said, I'm not coming out. And he said, you heard him. He's not coming out. And the referee goes, well, you better just check it and make sure, everything's all right. And everybody took a look, at it and said, hey, if he wants to play, he can play. Just let him go.
Defense by Weissang, he steals it away. Another great defensive play by Mario Weissang, and now the Cougars will look for the shutout here in the first 8 minutes. They have a 5-0 lead in the basketball with 28 seconds and the clock running down. McKinney with the basketball on the left wing. Delta has come out and playing a little matchup zone right now, it appears. And there's the backdoor pass, and Ryan Reed to Matt Reed. Matt almost lost it, has it now over to Mario Weissang. Down to 13 seconds to play. Weissang looks up at the clock with 10, with 9 seconds, 8, 7, 6 seconds to play, 5, 4, spinning, firing, and hitting is Matt Reed with 2 seconds, 1, and that's the end of the first quarter. And the Cougars lead it by a touchdown here, 7-0 at the end of the first 8 minutes, pitching a shutout, and we could have a little history here as far as the state championship game goes, with the team not scoring in the first quarter.
And I've looked at the beginning of that ball game 3 or 4 times, and they made 12, 15 passes and then never get a shot. Ryan Steele's goes down without them ever getting a shot. There's 2 minutes off the clock. We're up 2-0. And then we're up 4-0, and then we have a 3-point play right before the quarter, 7-0, and even though that's only a 7-point lead, I think that we had established that, and I think that Delta thought, okay, we've had a lot of comebacks, but not tonight.
I mean, we were so much more physical than they were. They were so much more little. I think that probably had a lot to do with it, and I think we were used to it, I mean, it was like, well, we're here and we're fine, we're just going to shoot, and then we're fine. So I think that 7-0 was just a tribute to our defense, but I think that just led us all through the game to know that they didn't really have a chance. So
now he's dribbling with it inside, clears it over to Ryan Reed. He'll set fire, and it rolls out. Fight for the rebound underneath. Jeremy Sensabaugh is fouled and hit right in the eye.
4 rebounds, 4 3-point baskets by Sensabaugh that were key in the second half today.
Sensabaugh now with 3. Matt Reed has 3, and the only other Cougar to score tonight, Ryan Reed with a basket. Cougars out to an 8-0 lead.
I can't believe that Delta, a team that's averaging 77 points per game, has been shut out like this at any point throughout the year. 9 minutes now without a basket.
Sends the ball, sends it, delivers it, gets nothing but twine. Jeremy with 4, and what a ball game he played with 15 points here earlier today. 15 points, 4 rebounds. He had 3 assists, and of course had 4 3-pointers. Lynch posting in underneath, and the first basket of the ball game finally scored by Aaron Harris, who came off the bench, the 6'3" senior. So Paris, who had 2 points, gives Delta their first score, and they go over 9 minutes without scoring. Cougars on top, 9-2. Attacking, Wysang a 3 on the way. Got it! Mario Wysang with his first 3. And Mario with those 10 points, and the Cougars are out to a big 12-2 lead early. Here comes Delta across the timeline. With it is Billy Lynch, hawked by Mario Wysang. He deals it over to Patrick Johnson, working the left wing, out of the corner left, on his way. Nothing but twine. A 3 by Rob Robbins. So Robbins answers Mario Wysang's 3, and McKinney. And now things are starting to heat up a little bit. 6.5 to play in the first half. Cougars on top, 12-5. With it is Sensabaugh, deals it to Mario. Back now to Jeremy Sensabaugh. He'll run the offense. Back over to David. David hawked by Bill Lynch. They're back in that man. They were playing a little matchup earlier. They're sagging back, though, so it appears to be a matchup inside. Ryan Reed, what a nice inside move. Reed with his second field goal. Ryan Reed, and it's 14-5, and the Cougs on top by 9. Delta attacking inside, spinning, firing, and hitting. And that is Ty Scheidler, his first 2. He's averaging just under 16 a ball game, so he gets a nice look deep in the paint, and it's 14-7. Matt Reed back to Ryan, and there's a shot taken by Sensabaugh. A 2-pointer. Jeremy Sensabaugh showing some good early scoring. Sensabaugh with a half a dozen, and Bloomington's Cougars lead at 16-7. Down on the baseline, shot taken, rolls off the rim, shot by Rob Robbins, cleared out of there, and back with Paris on the offensive carry. Leaves it over to Permanner, and he just checked into the ball game, and he just checked in with a 2-pointer. Lucas Manner with his first field goal, and Delta again back in it. 2 to play here in the first half, 16-9, Cougars by 7. They have led from the outset inside, and somebody grabbing Conte. Yep, got him on the arm. Getting a breather on the bench is Ryan Reed, and Conte deals them both through the twine. 18-9, score doubles. Starters haven't scored yet for Delta. Jackson being one of them. He'll shoot here, miss a 3-pointer, cleared out of there by Jabril. Mario in a hurry. Here comes Wysang down on the right baseline, or right side of the key. Stops and leaves it now. Ryan Reed straight out, got another one. Ryan Reed with his third field goal. He's got 6. And the Cougars explode into a 20-9 lead. But, Tony, that was the same score that LaPorte led Delta at the end of the first quarter this morning. Jackson, that's Robbins out of the corner. No good. Rebounded by Jeremy Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh doing a fine job rebounding tonight and scoring. He'll stop and pop a 3. Got it! Jeremy Sensabaugh with his first 3, and timeout called by Delta. Defense by Queth Swaney right in front of us now, and turning the ball over, and a good play by Jabril Conte. 2:30 to play in the first half. Cougars have held Delta to 9 points. Queth, Jabril, Mario, a tray on the way. Got it! Mario Wysang with his second tray. That's 3 in the ball game for the Northsiders, and they've exploded to a 26-9 lead. With it is Patrick Jackson. Leaves it now over to Calvert. Back to Jackson. Wysang on him. Great inside defense. The Cougars playing it tough like they have all season long. Down on the wing left, Jackson inside, threw it away. It'll be Cougar basketball. Back to Mario. Now takes the pass from Queth and hit it. Ryan Reed with some good offense here in the first half. He's got 8 points. Nice look pass that time by Queth Swaney on the assist. And the Cougars out to a 28-9 lead. Jackson leaves it down. That's Lucas Manner, and a 3-pointer by Manner. Tony, he's got 5 points off the bench. 30,000. Robbins a tray. No, he was on the line. A 2-pointer for Rob Robbins. Cuts the lead in half again, 28-14. Let's see if the Cougars play for the final shot. Wysang across the timeline. Leaves it now over to Queth Swaney. Loves to play that side of the floor, which is on the left wing. Deals it now, Reed back to Wysang. Mario hawked by Patrick Jackson. Leaves it back now to Ryan Reed, who's had a good scoring first half. Ryan trying to find a lane. Shut off. Good defense in the Floyd by Ty Scheidler. Swaney in a hurry. Got the first step. Goes to the baseline. Put up a shot. Got it. Queth Swaney with his first field goal with 12 seconds to play. And it's 30-14. 4 with 3, a 3-pointer with 2, got it! With 1 second to play, and Jackson will end the first half. on a positive note for the Delta Eagles, as Jackson, who was held scoreless until he bombed in that tray with 2 seconds to play, gives the Eagles a deficit, but they're in the ball game, 30-17.
I really am impressed with the Bloomington North kids and the way they come out and defended and played intelligent basketball. This is going to be a tough one for Delta to overcome.
Right now, inside move, and Jabril slammed it in to the stands, into the stands, but we got a foul and problem inside. I don't think it was against Jabril, it was against Swaney. And Webb has picked up his third personal foul again. He sets the ball, scoring again. He's in double figures now. Pump fake, trying to get Swaney. A ball that was partially blocked by Webb, and what a save by Jabril Conte. Back into Webb, and here comes Dave McKinney the other way. Cougars have gone nearly 2 minutes and haven't scored. 30-19, 32-19. Three out of the corner, Sensabaugh. Jeremy Sensabaugh, as a matter of fact, he has scored all 5 points. No harm, no foul. Right in front of us, Sensabaugh steals the basketball. Jeremy in three-point range. Oh, what a pass! Right back underneath. A beautiful pass inside the Ryan Reed. Reed with his fifth field goal, and what a pass by the little igniter. Mario getting a job done. 18-point lead realized again, and we got a foul, offensive foul called against Tyce Scheidler. And Jabril wants it in the low post, leaves it now. Oh, what a pass from Jabril into Ryan Reed. And Reed with a dozen, and Delta has seen enough. Delta wants a timeout as Paul Keller up off the bench. Was voted the 7th-ranked team in the Midwest region in the country, and also made for the first time this year the USA Today Super 25, 18th ranked in the country by USA Today, replacing New Albany, who they beat for the title last Saturday night. They're trying to win the state championship on this basketball Saturday night. Billy Lynch with the basketball off the feed from Roosevelt Jackson. Clears it now as Tyce Scheidler tries to find Patrick Johnson. He wants the lane. Inside he goes. Put up a shot. Partially blocked. No, back up and in was Roosevelt Jackson. Jeremy sends the ball. Ball overhead. Duaney inside. Pump fake off the glass, and that's McKinney. Dave McKinney with his first clue, and Jabril Conte has turned into the assist leader tonight. Back out. I still think Jackson. He takes a shot in and got it in off the glass and rolled in. 8-away shot, no good. Pump fake back up. Let's see, the basket will count. Foul on Weissang, the basket by Aaron Parrish. By Bill Lynch, Mario goes right around him, put up a little runner, got it. Mario Weissang with a little runner. Weissang now with 8 points, beat Lynch to the at 43-25. With it, inside, Patrick Jackson put up a shot, got it right back. So Jackson starting to penetrate a little bit better. Got a step, look out, he goes up and nearly jammed it in, but he just kind of softly followed it through without jamming. We saw him jam a couple last weekend that brought everybody out of their seat. 45-27, shot taken on its way, bingo. Rob Robbins with his second regular field goal. He's got 7-9 in the ball game to lead Delta. 45-29, Cougars attacking in the half court. Mario wants the ball from Reed and gets it. And now we'll set up the offense, pressured by Lynch. Leaves it now over to Queth Duaney. Queth in three-point range. We'll probably see a dunk before this game is over. We haven't seen one tonight. Well, we had one this afternoon. Queth will shoot. A tray on the way. Got it. His first three-pointer of the day. Queth with 5 points here in the quarter, and that explodes it back out to 19 at 48-29. With it is Bill Lynch. Bill looking inside, can't find Parrish. Instead, leaves the ball over to Robbins. They work the wing left, and that is Jackson. Patrick out it goes, shot taken and hit. They're offensively moving better.
They certainly are. They've gotten hot, but at this point, they're just trading baskets.
That they are, and there's a shot hit. Tyce Scheidler again. He's got 2 straight field goals, and it's 48-33. So the offense is picked up for the Delta Eagles. They have scored 16 points already, and North wants a timeout. Basketball leading the attack. That is Robbins off the glass. Offensive foul against Rob Robbins, and a good call it was. Duaney in a hurry, off the glass, got it. Duaney with his third regular field goal. He's got 9, and he's been hawked by Jeremy sends the ball. Inside he goes, leaves the pass, shot taken by Parrish. He got it with 2 seconds to play with 1, and Mario Weissang will not be able to throw one, although he does. It wouldn't have counted had it gone in. That's the end of 3 quarters, so the Cougars are 8 minutes away from the state championship. Queth and Jabril, of course, will be back next year, but the other 3 on the floor right now in the white jerseys and the gold and maroon trim are all seniors. Shot taken on the baseline right by Quest Duaney. Duaney now with 11 points in the ball game, and the Cougars out to a 17-point lead at 52-35. With it inside, Robbins up trying to get to Duaney, his fourth personal foul, put up a shot and got it. Here's it out, Jackson, blocked beautifully by Jabril Conte, rebounded back out of there by Scheidler. Inside he goes, little pump fake, got it. Nice shot by Ty Scheidler, he's got 8. With it now, posting low, Jabril spinning, firing, and shooting an air ball rebound. There's Reed again, he got the rebound basket. Always in the right spot at the right time, Ryan Reed. Here comes the fine little guard across the line, trying to find a lane, leads the pass inside for Roosevelt, wasn't looking, got the ball back, put it up off the glass, got it. Patrick Jackson. Jackson now with 9 points in the ball game. Ryan Reed trying to find a lane. Down the lane, what a play. Tipped up and in by Conte. Jabril Conte on the rebound basket. His first field goal of the ball game. And again, full court pressure, 59-45. And here comes McKinney to the rack off the glass. No, tipped up. What a play by Quest Duaney. With the left hand, Quest Duaney with his fifth regular field goal. Leading at 62-45, making it 63-45. Against pressure by Sensabaugh inside. Blocked beautifully by Duaney out of bounds. Quest on another block. He's got 3 tonight actually. 18-point lead with 2:16 to play, and the Cougars will spread the floor. Cougars spreading the floor, and Tom McKinney in a stance right now. He's in the defensive stance himself right in front of the bench. Back to Quest, back. What a play. Let's see. Pump fake, and there's McKinney off the glass. Got it. Another fine pass inside. Works the clock to perfection. Another basket, 67-47. A big 20-point lead for the Northsiders. Three-pointer on the way. A howitzer shot missed. Sensabaugh knocked it over to Jabril Conte and the Northsiders. And Tom will probably clear the bench here, letting Seth Devereaux, the other senior, into this ball game. 67-47 with 1:36 to play. I got a feeling that the starters will be coming out. The celebration will be beginning.
With 1:36 seconds to go in the title game, and the coach of Delta put in some substitutes, and at that time it really hit me that you finally won the state championship. And I think there that there was a moment for myself, because once the game is over, it gets very, very hectic. But that was a moment with our team, that, and you understand that you're not going to have that moment again with the same people.
Cougars will win it. Breaking away, Adam Hawley. Here he comes off the glass, and it rolled in. Seth Devereaux playing the defense still. Stripped the ball, and Seth is going to be nailed on the first. Here comes Seth the ball out. Here comes Dave McKinney out, and here comes Ryan Reed out, waving to the fans. All of the seniors are gone with the exception of Seth Devereaux. Tom McKinney now waving to the crowd. In the air, Jay a little too hard as Robles fires one off the iron. Jay Robles, and here we go. Andy Jeffers clears it over to Adam Hawley. Hawley up to Jay Robles, behind the back dribble inside, leaves it now over to Aaron Ryan. A three-pointer on the way, no good. Long rebound, and Jeffers had it knocked out of his arms. 14.1 seconds to play. And folks, get ready to celebrate as the Cougar fans come to their feet. You can probably pick them up. 14 seconds to play. Robles with the basketball, trying to go down the lane. Leaves it for Hawley off the glass. Adam's got another basket. Adam Hawley with 2 field goals with 4 seconds to play. 3. The 3 on the way. No good. And the Cougars have won the state championship. 75-54, and they flood the floor. The cheerleaders, here comes the confetti onto the floor as the Cougars win it 75-54 over the Delta Eagles, bringing home the state championship for the first time in 78 years, closing out 28-1 with a 19-game winning streak. What a season for the Northsiders and Dave McKinney with his arm around Tom, who looks just great. He's got tears in his eyes.
And my daughter Kelly's a sophomore, and she's loved it. And every week of the tournament, she would be excited and make little things for me to carry along, which is a good luck piece and everything. And then, just a chance, if you coach your own son, and it's a good, healthy relationship, you know, what more could you ask than happened? And then, you know, my wife and I graduated from high school together, came to IU together, and when we got beat, when I was a senior in high school in the tournament, I told her that night, I want to teach and coach, and I want to win a state championship. And so, not only was this a dream for myself to come true, it was also for my wife. You know, that's one of those moments that you know as a family is not going to last forever, and that you wish you could. And you know, at the end of the school year, my son will be going on to school, and so, you know, things change. So
it was really a great feeling to be able to win the state championship with my father being the coach. I'll never forget that, and I mean, my mom's been backing me and my father, and my sister has too, for, you know, forever. And it's just, I mean, it was just a family dream, and it just meant everything to accomplish it.
I get goosebumps right now thinking about it. I can't even explain what it feels like. I mean, I was just thinking, man, I'm really here. I remember 2 years ago I was watching it on TV and I was like, man, those guys are pretty good. And now it's like I'm there doing it, and it was really weird, but it's just something that I'll cherish forever.
Hard work pays off. You keep playing hard, something good will happen. And that's all we kept doing, and something good did happen.
I just hope I remember everything. It's just great. I don't want to forget it, and I know I won't.
Just the sweetest thing about it is when you work hard for a goal and you actually accomplish it, you know what I mean? Not second, third, I mean, you actually accomplish it. That's what they did, you know. They was in the weight room every day, they was shooting every day, I mean, having fun, and actually won it.
It feels real good. We went through the tournament. I mean, we always expected to win every game we played. We played some pretty good teams, but we really felt we could beat all of them the whole way down the road. I mean, and we really never thought that anybody could stop us. We still don't feel like we played our best game in the tournament, but we still came out on top and won the state championship.
Hey guys, I mean, we're really number one.
The thing I remember forever is the neatest thing when we got back in the locker room. The boys, most of them still in their game uniforms, were in a circle, lying on the floor, just lounging around, talking as if they were at a slumber party or something. And it was the neatest thing. They were in no hurry to leave. They were not laughing and you know, hysterics. They were just friends talking to each other in a circle. It was the neatest thing to see, and I just got this great feeling about how much now they were enjoying winning the state championship because of that.
Just as I stepped off the riser, I looked up to see my wife and my 2 kids running to me. And I understood security was going to be very tight there and that couldn't happen. And I looked up and here they were running toward me. And again, that's another moment, you know, to be able to share that moment with my family was very special for me.
Never in my life seen over 3,000 people in that gym when that team got in about 10 to 1 in the morning. That was one of the greatest scenes ever, and I've been around 30 years. That was the greatest scene that I have ever witnessed reporting sports or being around a situation that involved a championship, and that includes, I know there were more people who were in.
We are very overwhelmed
people who are here at 1 o'clock in the morning. And escort this afternoon after the ball game to the motel, and a police escort back there. And I'm not going to tell you how fast the police were going, but I'll tell you what, George says, I wish they'd get out of my way. George Cornwell.
Cougars. Sincerely, John N. Hostetler, Member of Congress.
I think that's an excellent thing. You know, I haven't been so happy. You know, they gave us a day, you know, March 24th or whatever it is. You know, that's Cougar Day. That's, you know, that's great.
Resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Monroe County declare March the 24th, 1997, Bloomington High School North Cougar Day.
Be it therefore resolved that the Monroe County Council wishes to bestow its congratulations and highest honors for the achievement of the Bloomington High School North basketball team and encourage all members of the community to likewise congratulate the team members, coaches, managers, cheerleaders, their parents, and the student body in order to honor them for their diligence and tenacity in preparing for this successful season. Go Cougars! Thank you all very much.
It was great going around the other elementary schools and the autograph sessions we had. It shows you we have great support here in Bloomington.
Schools and we're autographing kids things, and I was always one of the last ones to get on the bus because, hey, I'm not going to go pro. I'm not going to be a person that everybody just always admires. So I got to take advantage of what I have now.
The neatest thing I think was going around to all the elementary schools. You know, you don't really realize that all these kids are watching you, but once you get there and you realize, wow, these kids are like, oh, give me your autograph, you know, whatever. It was good in the fact that I like, I don't know, I guess relating to them and knowing that I'm not way up here, I can still talk to you, you know. I like talking to the little kids. It was just great because they were so excited to see us, and it was no big deal, but you know, it's a big deal for us. And I remember when I was little and I watched the bigger kids and I was like, man, these guys are great. Those are my role models, you know.
I've heard people say, have character, don't be a character, and I think that's really important. You know, to show little kids they need to be like.
You can't afford to slip up. There's too many people watching every move. You know, before that there wasn't as many people watching you. You had your parents watching you and your grandparents and your aunts and uncles and all that, but now you have people you don't even know. I mean, this person over here you don't even recognize and they know you. Mm-hmm. You know, so you have to behave yourself, and you got to be a little sneakier if you want to pull some dumb stunts. But it's not just kids, you know. There's adults that look out and say, hey, you know, here's one of those state championship basketball players.
Greatest feeling is, you know, when you win the state tournament, and you know, if you've grown up in it. And my dad was a school principal. When I was a kid, he took me and my two brothers everywhere out of the state to see ball games. He used to take us the next day after teams would win the state to see their victory celebration, and it's something in coaching that you live for. And I've been very fortunate in that I had a chance to coach my son. We were on a state championship team, and I have friends who have been varsity coaches over 30 years and have never even been in the Final Four, so I am very fortunate.
Your teammates are like family to you, and if you treat them like that, they'll take you wherever you want to go.
Yeah, I think my dad probably the most. There's a lot of games that the shot wasn't falling, and the night or two before the next game, we'd go out and sneak into the gym and shoot around and work on some spin moves and shots and, you know, all that good stuff.
My moms and pops will always being there for me, you know, during the whole year. Even after games, when I'd come home, they're sitting there waiting for me, they're my biggest critics. They let me know what I need to do to improve my game and this and that.
I'd just like to thank my mom and my brothers.
Yeah, my mom too.
I want to thank my mom, my dad who's not here. Thanks for supporting us. My brothers. We love y'all.
Teammates. Love you, Mom.
Friends, brothers.
Cheerleaders.
My mom. I want to thank Adam's mom. I want to thank Seth's mom. I want to thank everybody's mom for the
improves the academic performance of the kid. It improves the self-image of the kids. It improves the image of the school and the community. It improves the self-image of the community as a whole. It's a common denominator, cuts through all strata of society, and it makes everybody feel a little bit better about who they are, where they live, not only their sense of self-worth, but the sense of worth in their community. So people should understand, I think, that it goes beyond the X's and O's. It goes beyond the points that are scored. It's a cultural thing. It's a demographic thing, and it's very, very positive.
They will always be known now as the final state champion, period, exclamation point, and it just doesn't get any better than that.
It's time to get in line. It's time to represent. Northside Cougars, what time is it? It's time to get in line. It's time to represent. Northside Cougars, what time is it?
The Cougars, 1997 state champions. Congratulations.